Hello everyone, this is Vineet Kapoor. Today I am going to represent a data visualization group assignment from CBA batch 10. My group mates are Balaji Venkatesh and Girish Sundar. We all have worked on this group assignment report and we have worked on world trade data. This trade data we collected from Kaggle website and we worked on that data. The data set size is 131 MB and as you can see there are a lot of varieties, lot of commodities, lot of category of items that are being traded between many countries in our world. So let's jump on to our first dashboard. Here we have found out very important insight from our data set. Here we have found out that in pair chart 20% of the countries are doing 70% of the total trade in US dollars. As you can see, these circles are representing countries and y-axis is being represented by the total percentage of trade in US dollars in running total. So this circle, the lower circle, is being represented by China and it shows that China is doing 10%, almost 10% of the total trade in the world. That is huge. And then European Union, Germany, Belgium, Canada, and so on. So these countries, the names of these countries are mentioned here. These countries are doing overall from 2013 to 2016 years high volume of trade. As we can see here, this data consists of only of 4 years from 2013 to 2016. As we select these countries, it will reflect in all the charts in this dashboard. As you can see, the geographical map chart is showing only these countries: China, India, European countries, USA, Canada, and Brazil, Australia. So these countries are the most important countries that we will be looking upon in our next coming charts for different category of items and commodities. The third chart shows here the export and import of top 10 trade items. Here bar chart is representing export in many of the items and the line chart is representing import in percentage terms. How much of the import is being done in which item? So as you can see here, 15% is done in pearls and 29.82% is done in mineral, fuels, oils, distillation products. So these two items are the most important trade items in this dataset, following by pharmaceutical products and vehicles, aircraft. So these are the top 10 category of items that are being traded most across these countries. The fourth chart shows here scatter plot of percentiles of export and import among countries. So this is relative chart. Here as we can see, the countries presenting in the first quadrant shows that these are the high volume countries and these countries are none other than these countries that are doing 70% of the total trade. The countries showing in this fourth quadrant are those countries who are doing more export than import relatively to other countries. So these are Iraq, Singapore, and Slovenia. The countries shown by orange color in the second quadrant are doing trade more in import than export. These are Turkey, Jordan, and Dominican Republic. And the countries in the third quadrant shown by red color are doing less amount of trade as opposed to quadrant 1 countries. So let's move on to our most important countries insights. Here we find out that these are the top 5 category of items for most of the countries. And among these categories, the mineral fuels oils category is common among most of the important countries. As we can see from here, we have applied a filter only for India. If we apply a filter here for Germany, then mineral fuel oils is common among India and Germany. And if we apply for China also, then again mineral fuel oil category is coming in the top 5 category of items for China also. So here we found out that this category is the most important item, and we will be following up on this category more. We will be getting more insights for this item. The next two charts are of India and China only. The, this chart shows export and import of top 5 trade commodities for India and similarly for China. This one. As we can see, both the charts have one thing in common. The gold related commodity is common in both the charts, and both the countries are doing high amount of import in this category. So as the bar chart shows import and the circles are showing export. As we can see, India is importing more diamonds, gold and petroleum commodities. And one more thing, exporting also the diamonds worked but not mounted or set. So there are two type of commodities that India is concerned of. One is related to simply unworked raw diamond. It is India is importing more, and the furnished diamond, it is being exported more by India. And for here, there is some different insight that soybeans and automobiles and iron ore, these three categories are being imported more in volume by China. So let's concentrate on our mineral oil fuel category in the next dashboard. In this one, we have seen that this 27th mineral oil ores category is most important, is being common in most of the important countries. And we have tried to find out some of the more insights for this category of item. The top 15 countries doing trade of commodities related to petrol are these: Germany, Japan, Canada, European Union, India, and followed up by these countries. So these are the top 15 countries that are doing trade. As you can see, Germany is doing $607 billion of trade for only this commodity, including import and export. And now we have tried to find out how much is the import and export for only these countries in the next chart. As you can see, for 4 years, Kuwait, Iraq, European Union, Canada, Australia, and Angola, these countries are doing more export of this commodity than other countries. This shows that these countries have resources in them for exporting this commodity to other countries. And likewise, Japan, India, China, Belgium, these countries are importing more because they have a huge amount of vehicles, huge amount of population in their land. And for that, they need commodities related to petrol, crude oil, natural gas. So here, Gulf countries have higher export of oil, crude oil items as they are oil producing countries. Besides it, Canada, Australia, and European Union 28 are also having higher export than import. Let's move on to our fifth chart. So this is the fourth dashboard, and this is related to forecasting. We have forecasted here for our next year. For years 2016 to 2019, we have forecasted only for four countries. The forecast is of import and export for these four countries. So, coming on to our first chart here, these are the top 10 countries trading in ceramic products. Ceramic products, as we know, these are used for making porcelain and glass items and many other items. So, this industry is huge, and China is making most of it. China has resources and it is exporting a high volume of ceramic products to other countries, followed by European Union, Germany, and Italy. And most of these top 5 countries, the four of them are in Europe. So this shows that Europe exports and trade more in related to ceramic products. So the bar chart is being represented for both import, export, re-export and re-import. As we can see, blue color is for export and orange is for import. And y-axis shows the trade in US dollar for this commodity. The second chart shows the cluster. So it is a cluster chart in which we have find out four clusters for total amount of trade in all the years. So in this we have taken not only to not only 4 years but 1988 to 2016. We have taken these 4 decades. As we can see, 1988 is at the lowest. So this shows that the amount of trade in all the years coming in the future, these are it is increasing. And coming on to the cluster 2, the higher cluster, these are the countries, sorry, these are the years in which import and export is done more. So export and import are increasing with the years. This shows that export and import are increasing with the years, and four clusters prove that recent years had high volume of trade except 2016 year, which is in cluster 2. This one. The last chart is showing forecast for four countries: France, Germany, Italy and Japan for the next 5 years. So here we have found out that the France, this is a line chart in which year is on the x-axis and trade in US dollars in on y-axis. So here we have found out that Germany and Italy, so Germany's trade will remain constant for the next 5 years, and for Italy it will increase slightly, and for Japan and France it will remain almost same for the next 5 years. So this shows that most of the countries will be having similar amount of trade for the next 5 years. So these are the insights that we have found out from our world trade data. Thanks a lot everyone for seeing this insights and seeing this report and presentation. Thanks a lot.